Hey, we know one thing, though. We're told storms are moving through the area.
Yeah, if you're getting rain in your neighborhood, you're one of the lucky ones because not everybody's seeing this stuff.
Yeah, right. Most of it, guess where? Inland locations as usual. However, it's not all pushing over to the East Coast. We were talking about that little change in the pattern. It's more of a south wind that goes west in the afternoon instead of just a west wind that blows everything over on the East Coast. That style goes through this weekend. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll actually see storms come back from the northeast to the west, and that will give us a better chance for rain. So things are kind of looking up as far as rain goes, especially for inland locations, obviously. What rain we do have now is generally falling apart, almost all of it. You can see just light to moderate rainfall in 27 from Frostproof basically to Lake Wales. Some heavier rainfall now in the Sebring area, but even those storms are weakening. Eastern Hardee and DeSoto counties, some rain. We're dry up here from Sarasota to Anna Maria, including Bradenton and really all the way up the coast. However, some of this will generate some storms that back up towards the coast later tonight. 9:30, 10:30, 11 o'clock, Tampa, St. Pete. Yeah, there is a chance for rain later this evening, kind of similar to what we saw a few of last night. Looking from downtown Tampa off towards the east, east-northeast a little bit, 90 degrees. The good news is those storms that are inland now, when they get tall enough, the tops of those clouds get blown back towards the coast. So even if you're not getting rain, you're getting a little bit of shade in most locations. And that means temps stay a little bit more in check. 90 degrees still feels like 100 when you factor in the humidity. 90 in Crystal River, 92 actually in Tampa, 88 in Sarasota. But these numbers are not terrible because we've been in the mid-90s for many locations and 73 in Frostproof with that rain. That feels nice. So here's the forecast for this evening. You can see we're going to have that rain chance about 9:30, 10:30, 11. Coming back, and that's the Tampa Bay Metro, right, including Pinellas County. Now let's talk about the heat. The heat is building, obviously, with this heat dome we've been talking about across the Midwest. That was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But what's more important for us is, yeah, it's hot, but it's not that much hotter for us than what it has been. Those folks will get hot. But what it is we are starting to see that change, that better chance for rain. So while it's in the mid-90s for most of the Midwest, that's Monday, that's Tuesday, we're actually about 90 to 93 or so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because we'll see a little bit more cloud cover. So, well, I mean, D.C. by Wednesday will be almost 97, 100 degrees. We'll be sitting at 92, 93 degrees, right? But the point is, it does not get that much cooler here. So if you're working outside, you've got plans this weekend, it's going to stay hot, it's going to stay humid all the way through. Here's the difference, though. That's Sunday afternoon, a few scattered showers like today, really, right? Today all the way through Sunday. But then look at Monday. Look at more green here. Look at Tuesday. More green here. It's that high coming down the East Coast. The heat sitting here, right, underneath that high. But on the south side of it, we get that east flow, and that gives us the extra clouds and the extra rain. So that's really good news. That's, in fact, through Wednesday. I'll run this out through Thursday and show you still some pretty decent rain chances. So most of next week leading up to 4th of July weekend, looks like we'll have some decent rain. I know that looks like a lot, but about 30% tomorrow, 40% on Saturday, back down to 30% on Sunday. But look at Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, it's showing up on the model, so that's good. Now, here's tonight. That's 7 o'clock. Watch this area here about 9:30, 10 o'clock. You see those? Not a lot, right? But a few, and they push back to the coast. That's it. Tomorrow morning, we start dry. Lunchtime, showers and storms along the sea breeze. How about that? We have not seen a lot of that. We saw one or two today. My house finally got one. They go inland in the evening, and then, yes, they come back again tomorrow evening. And that trend goes through the weekend. So rain chances actually coming up just a little bit. You can see the overnight lows, instead of about 80, 81, will go to mid to upper 70s. That's rain, cooled air. That helps us out a little bit. The daytime highs will still stay about 93 to 94 through the weekend. Rain chance jumping up Monday through Thursday of next week.